Welcome to We Table It, a space where conversations are dissected to inspire change.
No matter how tough it gets, don't give up. Your story is still unfolding. Time your greatest currency. Spend it on purpose, not just potential. There's power in your peace. Joy is not found, it's created, owned, and released from within. You were never meant to do this alone. Community is strength. Unity builds legacy. Even the longest path begins with a single step. Keep walking, even if no one's clapping yet. These are the moments that matter. Build a life that feels good, not just one that looks good. Wishing changes nothing. Action changes everything. Begin now. This is We Table It, where courage, connection, and clarity converge. Join the conversation.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to our viewers from wherever you are in the world. And thank you for joining us today for another edition of our Bottomless Chatter, where we are dissecting society so that we can inspire change. And we've got lots of different interesting things to talk about today. We pray that you will join us. This is Coffee Chatter. So what you need to do is grab yourself a coffee, sit down, relax, and just listen. We invite you to also like our pages. We're present on all social media platforms. So please like, please subscribe, and interact with us in the comments if you have any questions or want to give us any insights on your point of view as we're having the talk. And today I am joined with my co-host, Eno. Hi, Eno. How are you?
Hi, Valerie. I'm good. It's a lovely weekend, lovely holiday here in Nigeria. By the way, happy Eid celebration to our Muslim family all around the world. We wish you a joyous holiday, one filled with pleasant memories, okay? I would love to see photos. I think we have a competition running in the page, and where we have people share their memories. I mean, their photos of the Eid festival. I think there's something to be won for the best engagement. So yes, we're having something for you guys, our Muslim family. We are excited to be sharing in your joyous celebration. Yes, and thank you for joining us, every one of you. Thank you for engaging, for liking, sharing. We want to encourage you to do just that, even now. Share this broadcast. We want to have as much as we can on the broadcast today. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, Eno. And yes,
You're
so
welcome, Bob.
today, our Bottomless Chatter, we're going to talk about, I think we'll touch on two topics. If you've been following our page, you know that over the week we've been asking some dilemma questions. And we thought it would be great if we could talk about them because we love the engagement that you're sharing in the comments. So we're going to touch on some of our dilemma questions today. And then we're also going to touch on current events because the world is going through something, people are going through things, and it is worth us actually touching on it. Even if it happens anywhere in the world, eventually, no matter where you are, you do get affected by different world events. So let's start. Eno, do we touch on the wedding dilemma today? And we
I think we
see.
should. Yeah, we should, because I read a lot of comments. I think I commented to one person. Now, the question is, now you are at a friend's wedding. This goes out for the female members who all, I mean, fans that are watching us today. Now you are at a friend's wedding and you observe that the husband to be, that's one, the groom, yeah, the groom, you saw him talking to someone. Um, I mean, how do I put this, Valerie? Is
I
this,
can
we
read
use
it
the
out.
word? Yeah, please do that. Okay, I'm just trying to make it relatable. Now the groom
Ah,
is chatting a lady up, secretly. and
And
exchanging
yeah.
numbers with the lady. And you, as a woman, a friend to the bride, you are seeing this. The question now goes, are you going to be telling your friend about this to end the wedding, or you are just going to act like you didn't see that for the peace of, the peace of mind of your friend? So this question is thrown to you guys. As you watch, please leave a comment on it. What are you going to do if you are the friend to the bride? You saw the bridegroom chatting another lady up and exchanging number. Are you going to tell your friend that? Valerie, what would you do? You've been in that position.
Gosh, this is a tough one because you end up being the enemy in many cases, especially when emotions are very high. I think I wouldn't even start with my friend. I think I would start with the groom and tell him, "Oh, I just talk to you for a moment," and then ask him, "Hey, what's happening? What's going on? And why are you doing this?" And I'd also go speak to the person receiving the number and tell her, how are you receiving the number for somebody who's about to get married? So I would try and do a background, I don't know what to call it, get to the bottom of it in the background and sort it out, so that by the time, if they don't take action to stop, then I would tell my friend, okay, I saw this, I did this, but I think you should just know and make the decision for yourself. But at least it would show that I tried somewhere to save her from the heartbreak. But yes, I'd go for this group, and like Italian
Okay.
mafia.
All right. Um,
Mm,
if you would ask me, I think it depends on the environment or wherever the country where these things happen and the values these people hold. All right. For me in Nigeria, um, permit me to say, marriage is a do or die thing. Sweetheart, how are you? Marriage is a do or die thing for a woman. It's like marriage is an achievement, like literally marriage is an achievement in this part of the world, that if you are not
yeah.
married, it's like it's you are stigmatized, kind of. So if you want to be respected, remember the last time we were talking about that, even you're looking for a house, if you are not coming as a Mrs. Somebody, or you do not have a man speaking up for you, you won't be given a house. If it's not your husband or your father, as a lady, you cannot have a house in most parts of the country where I'm from. All right. So now, because the women see this as an achievement or something that brings honor to them, anybody or anything who is going to rob them of this achievement, regardless of the motive behind it, will be frowned upon. And this is it. Now, you could, from a place of love, talk to your friend, telling them, I saw your man, okay, with another woman, talking to another woman, and it's disrespectful because it's your wedding. And you're telling your friend this kind of thing. What happens? Your friend would think that you are the enemy, the one who's wanting to sabotage her marriage or her achievements. In most cases, this is what happens. You end up being the bad one when the man and the woman come together. They talk about these things and they'll say, this is the person that doesn't want us to be together. And you, with your good intention, will end up being that guy. Now, this is when you talk to your friend. If you talk to the husband or the groom, I beg your pardon, if you talk to the groom, it's going to be like, yeah, what's your business? And you are, the groom is going to take a step forward and tell the wife that this person is not a friend. But even come up with
Mm.
stories, just cook up stories so that you look like the villain in the story. So it's very, very tricky. Administration is tricky that you need to tread with care. It depends on the kind of relationship, however, that you have with the bride and you have with the groom. And then the value system of the community where you are at. All right.
Mm.
So for me, I know how to mind my business. I know how to mind my business. Yeah. So have you ever been in such situation, Valerie, where you had to talk to your friend about a cheating partner about someone who is um, not being loyal to them. I mean, there's a spouse, a partner who is not being loyal to them. Have you been in that position where you have to speak to your friend? We've had cases where even your friend's man comes after you, or your man going after your friend. You know, those kind of very downgrading, mentally, destroying situations. Have you found yourself in that kind of situation?
Yes, but this was those situations were not, I'll say, very serious relationships where people are on the road to marriage. Maybe they've just been dating for a while, and we're hanging out and someone decides to start whispering in your ear. So there it's easier to tell your friend, because as much as they're committed, your
All right.
friendship is still the one that is the main relationship. But having to tell a friend who's about to get married that I saw this, I've not been in that situation. I don't even know. I think I would be devastated on their behalf. So I would be acting out of my own devastation. I maybe sending them like an anonymous note or something. At least now with technology, you
Yeah,
can.
I think that could work. That could work.
Mhm.
That could work. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, for all of you who are watching,
Okay.
we would
So,
love to hear your
sorry, I
input as well.
cut you.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, everybody who's watching, your input would be fantastic with this dilemma. So just share it in the comments and let us know what you would do. Mm.
Okay. So, looking forward to comments. Thank you, Valerie. Like she said, if it's not too deep, the relationship, she would, she could talk, and she would do that anonymously. I think that works. I'm going to speak for myself. I've had that kind of experience. I'm not going to give you, but however, what happened was that this person is coming in, and just before it was hitting something very serious, as in serious commitment, I started getting people that are close to me telling me, this person is not as you think he is. This person is not as you think. And I'm like, no, this people is either this person is jealous, maybe because I did not agree to be with the person, or because this person is wanting one thing. And this person, what they do is, I'm speaking from experience. The manipulation comes in. They try to vilify the other person that they know has more information about them, so that you see that person as an enemy even before the person comes in to tell you this is what this person has done, or this is what you know about this person. So
Mhm.
yes, I think it would do well if you send a letter anonymously, so you do not um, destroy the relationship you have with a friend. If you know that this person may likely not listen to you, you send an anonymous letter. You get many people that could help you make sure this person knows, especially when it's could be a life-threatening situation. A lot of people have experienced this, where the other party is coming in with ulterior motives, and they come in as an angel, a wolf in sheep clothing, and people get deceived to enter into a relationship with them. And until you begin to see crazy things, would you know that yes, you're in trouble. So yeah, when you see me, I will pull all the weapons in my arsenal to make sure that I save my person. What do you think, Valerie?
Yes, I mean, the fact is, if it's a good friend, then you definitely have a lot of love for that friend, and that's a good strategy. Get the message across, but not in a way that will be very detrimental to your friendship. And then it gives you opportunity to also be there, and offer that comfort and reassurance when they're dealing with the what I wouldn't say the aftermath, but the effects of going through this situation. So yeah, I agree. I think the idea of a letter is brilliant. Mm. All right. So I'll continue to recommend that you share anything, your thoughts on this dilemma in the comment section. And maybe what we can touch on now is really what's happening around the world. And so, from my basic understanding, Eno, I'll touch a little bit on what I'm seeing is a relationship that is breaking in front of the world. We're watching people break emotionally and fighting, and it's quite interesting to watch. And that relationship is the relationship between President Trump and Elon Musk, which from the get go, it was very it was unique in the way that it came out. But it was unique in a way that, this is not going to last for long. It just can't. But now we're seeing it actually breaking up. And I don't know whether Trump has completed, I think by now he's completed his 100 days. But I think the rapidness of it didn't even last 6 months. It just is falling apart. So, what have you heard so far, or what have you seen on the Twitterverse or the Xverse that is touching on this relationship that is not working the way it used to work? And what do you think?
Apologies. My network is not so strong today, but I can pick bits and pieces of what we are talking about, the latest gist and Elon Musk. Am I right, Valerie?
Yes. Mm, you're right.
My network is a mess.
Yes, you're right, Eno, and we'll give your network a moment to catch on and jump in. And so maybe what I'll do while we're doing that is give my point of view. So this is what I believe has happened from my knowledge of reading it on Twitter, because that's where I'm getting, oh, sorry, it's not Twitter, X, reading it on X. That's where I'm getting the bulk of my information. So on X a few days ago, I saw there was a back and forth. I've been hearing about President Trump talking about something called the Big Beautiful Bill. And from his discourse, it's supposed to result in massive tax cuts and make life more affordable for the people in America, and also make it easier to spend. So, how I interpreted that was that something was going to happen with the cost of living, with earnings, that would then
I am back
make.
and I hope better. Can you hear me, Valerie?
I can hear you. Yes. Mm,
Right, so what were we on? We're on the friendship between the United States President Donald Trump
yes.
and our delectable, intelligent uh, Elon Musk. Yeah,
Yes.
they're having a troubling time with their relationship at the moment. And myself and Valerie were just discussing just before we jumped into this live about how a beautiful relationship can just get sour. All right, so I think from what I've gathered, what is causing their relationship is uh, Trump passing a bill that is not favorable to um, Musk, saying he is being not good with his bill. I don't want to go into that in details, but however, and Trump is retaliating by trying to cut off the I think the aids or something given to Musk and his enterprises and all that. So it got dirty. Musk is coming up with some secrets he knows about his friend and bringing up cases that will, implicate and incriminate Donald Trump. And Trump has questions to answer. Musk is equally having issues with his business, because investors are not sure of investing or how safe their investment is going to be in this time of crisis. So both ends, they are going through a tough time. Hopefully they get it settled. That is if they get it settled. However, this brings it brings a question to my mind, like, how far can you go when you are upset? You have a personal vendetta with your friend who has upset you. Would you go as far as exposing secrets that you know about your friend? Will you go as far as maybe the things that you guys had done that wasn't pleasant in the past? Like, Valerie, I saw a post yesterday. Permit me to make reference to that post. And the person said
Mhm.
that whenever talking to the friend, he said, when you are born again, whenever you get born again, and the Holy Spirit moves you to make confession about something that we have done together, better say your own side and leave my side. You know, talk about your own and leave my side. So now this is
Mhm.
the question we're talking about uh, the loyalty of your friend. Uh, I mean, integrity as well. Some of this information or whatever you shared with a friend, and then when the friendship goes sour, they bring it out to fight you. What do you think about that? Is it something that people should really do? Should there be an end? Should there be a kind of like a limit to what you can do in the name of a personal vendetta with someone who was once your friend? Should there be a limit? I mean, all can be fair in love and war, but looking at this, I just feel it's very, very messy. There are some things you can actually ignore. Some things you can actually ignore. So, yeah, tell me, what do you think about this situation between the president and Elon Musk?
From that point of view, my first question that came to mind is the basis of their friendship real friendship, or were they both in this friendship to meet a specific goal? If you've got a friendship, for example, somebody who you've known from childhood, you've grown up, you've been good friends for 10 years plus, and you get to that point in your friendship where you are no longer as close, you're falling out, and the friendship is breaking. In that situation, the friendship is breaking, you're already at a loss, you're already devastated, and depending on how it's breaking, more often than not, you just want to pack this in, move on, and live your life, you know? If you've got mutual friends, maybe between your mutual friends, you start telling them, this person is like that, this person is like that, this is why we're breaking up. But in those long-term friendships, even when it ends badly, there is still a certain level of love that you have for each other, or you just know each other well enough that you don't want to spend all your time fighting them out there in the public sphere. And with many other people who have opinions when they're not in your friendship day to day. Now, for the friendship of Trump and Musk, what was the basis? What brought them together? For Musk to support Trump so that Trump was able to then move towards a more positive result in the presidency, there must have been something in it for Musk, you know? And for Trump to jump on this bandwagon, there must have been something in it for him as well. So these were two people whose friendship was based on gain, what they could gain from each other. My point of
Of
view
course.
is that that gain was not gaining the way that they
Of
expected.
course.
They thought probably that I believe one thought they could control the other, or both. They each thought they could control the other person. It didn't work out like that. And when that gain was not coming the way it was supposed to, then how can this friendship survive? And because they brought this friendship so publicly in front of the world, we're almost looking at them like co-wives of this presidency. I think that's the reason that they must also fight it so publicly, because it has nothing to do even with them. It's all with us. They want to get people on either side so that you can be on Trump's side or you can be on Elon's side. But in the back, when they're whispering and playing golf or whatever they do in their spare time, we're not even there. So my belief is that the reason that it's so public is because the basis of it was not something that was strong and substantial. And now we are the ones who are forced to play judge in this situation. I can see that Eno is having a small challenge with her network. So we'll give her a moment to pop back up. But touching on this, what I've observed basically in this back and forth in their argument is Ellen making an interesting statement about politics in America. So, from what I understand in the American political system, there are two parties: there are Republicans and there are Democrats. And then there are people who fall in the middle. And on his Twitter feed, he mentioned that that's the majority of the people, 80% fall in the middle, and has hinted at the possibility of creating a political party that caters to these people in the middle. So, that impact, what could it have on the country, on America, on Trump supporters would be interesting. But even before we go into that, I know you're here. What do you think in terms of the basis of their friendship, which is what we're seeing unfolding before our eyes?
Yeah, while you spoke, I just understood something that it's very possible that they have a transactional relationship. It's like symbiotic, and they are this person is benefiting from this person, and vice versa. So that's why it's not probably grounded enough to protect each other, regardless of the differences that they may have. However, when you have very good relationship with someone you call a friend. I mean, people of the same parents, I mean, siblings can have disagreements. How much more people you share different cultural background and orientations with. So yeah, when you have disagreements, I don't think it's okay for you to come out and begin to expose secrets that they've entrusted in your hands. You shouldn't do that. Trust me about that. You shouldn't do that. I feel so appalled when I see influencers on social media who were once so sweet together. They begin to fight themselves tooth and nail and come up with different dirty secrets. Like you wonder, why are you telling me this? Why are you telling us this? Were we there when you guys shared this information between yourselves, or were we there when you guys went to wherever you went to? So yes, it's a very dirty thing to do if you have a friend, and whenever you guys are not doing well, you just come up and begin to expose their secrets, their dirty secrets. Sometimes people tend to forget this, that if you are trying to say something about your friend that's not nice, it actually tells a lot about the kind of person you are, in that person was your friend. And show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. It means you guys are sharing the same mindset. So in that way, whichever way you want to see it, you cannot even exonerate yourself in any of the situations. So don't even start. Just bury the hatchet, let everything slide, and review your relationship with that person, whether or not you want to reconcile. So yes, back to the question you asked me, I think the relationship between them is highly transactional. That's why they are fighting with every of the weapons they have in their arsenals, so that they can, have a better edge.
Mm. Eno, what fascinates me, and I laugh about this with my brother all the time. I'm like, my goodness, the Americans are behaving like African politicians, because this is what we see all the time in Africa, where when it's coming to election time, people are friends, they are coming together, they are doing interesting things, they are bonding, they are campaigning. And then after they get into office, this one is an evil man. Now they start the anti-campaign. They want to smear the person who they were best friends with. And we watch this and we
Mm.
wonder, okay, I think where we are here in Kenya is sometimes we look at the political class and we're like, at the end of this, after they've tried to get us as the citizens to pick a side, they will still go sit in a room somewhere and drink tea. And us will be fighting about them
I
in
try
a
and
different
drink.
way. Yes, trying to pledge loyalty,
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
and
Oh my goodness.
yes,
Yeah.
are getting a dose of what we've been living through for decades, you know? And yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting to see how they're handling it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And you know, he's coming up with wanting to, I mean, Elon Musk, wanting to come up with his own party right now. And let's see how much uh, people is going to pull to his side. So I beg your pardon, to his side. Because right now, that decision of his is threatening Trump's party. Is going to shake them a bit. And like you rightly said, yeah, we can actually relate to that situation here in this part of Africa, where you see these political figures fighting amongst themselves. Like you see them swear words and all that. You see them, we see some very dirty scenes. They carry the mace and, inside the Senate, the House of the Senate and all that, fighting themselves. But you see, while you, the audience, are taking sides with this or this and, fighting yourself, these guys will at the back go and take drinks together. And that makes you what?
mm,
It makes you the stupid person. You don't want to be the stupid person. So you need to be rational in your thoughts. You need to know that whatever they are doing, they stand to gain something. Then whatever you're doing, whatever the way you engage with these people, whatever the situation is, what do you stand to gain? All right. So politics is politics. It could be dirty. There's nothing pleasant about dirty politics. So be careful. They're all playing a game. Let's not just get carried away with their fights here and there. All right. So
mm.
it's been a happy weekend. Abarka the Salah. Cheers to every of you that are watching us once again. We want to take our time to read comments from our lovely followers. Hopefully they can hear us. They're online. Janet, Jonah, thank you for watching. Thank you for engaging. Best wishes to Sami Dolhatu. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be calling the name as they come. Adapeke. She's been very fantastic with us here, growing our page with us, inviting friends. We want to say we appreciate you. You're amazing. We are seeing who again? John Lucas, thank you for engaging. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. Do not forget to share. It means a lot to us. Sadia Shehu, good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining this live today. We are hoping that every one of you celebrating the Salah today would get something from this little token competition we are doing to bring smiles on your faces. All right, so we'll be coming up with some other topics. We just want to share your beautiful day with you. We want to wish you happy holidays. That's why we are live today. Definitely, we'll be coming up with something tantalizing, and we'll let you know when we're coming live. You'll be seeing a lot from us soon. Do not forget, we'll be calling out those who are our winners for the competition very soon. So please stay tuned, follow the page, make sure you're following so you can get updates. Valerie, is there any other thing you want to say to us before we take a walk today? We just don't want to spend so much time. We want to just speak to you guys and let you enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Yes, and I'm like, do I start another topic? Maybe we take about 5 minutes, because there's something that was on my mind, and I know it's something we can talk
All right,
about and
darling.
as we move forward. There's something that's happening with our leaders and social media where our young people, and Africa is young, are using social media to do civic education, to communicate, to get together, to make decisions. And what I'm seeing in Eastern Africa is leaders who are then saying, okay, switch off social media. So suddenly they'll say you can no longer access this network and no access to Twitter, or you cannot use a VPN if you're trying to, navigate it. And so when I was thinking about this, I wondered, what is the future of social media if we're not allowed to speak on social media? There's so much censorship now that if you say certain something, it's just either you get blocked, you get removed. In Kenya, we get arrested for speaking out. People are being sent to, they'll share a link and you find yourself in court because now you're a cyber criminal, you know? So I don't know whether it's something similar happening in Nigeria, and maybe it's something we need to do some research on. But have you noticed anything about social media and control that's happening here in Africa? Oh, you're on mute.
Apologies. So I think this situation is not unique to just Africa. Other parts of the world are experiencing same thing. Here in Nigeria, yeah, your freedom is actually restricted when it comes to what you can say on social media. They are trying to curb um, cyberbullying. Yeah, so they say. However, where do we draw the line to say this is not dictatorial, restricting the rights of people to freedom of speech? That reminds me of a saying. I don't know how true this is, but we had that the former president of Great Uganda, the person of Idi Amin, I think Idi Amin Dada, that's the name they call him. He said something, and I don't forget it. He said, there is freedom of speech. You can have freedom of speech, but freedom after speech, that he cannot guarantee. And that is the situation here in Nigeria. It's okay, you can say whatever. You have your keyboard to yourself, you have your mic, you can say whatever you want to say, but whether you're going to get the freedom after that speech is another question. Yeah, and yes, I think restricting people's freedom to expressing themselves and to say things, they should actually check it. Uh, I don't know. They should check that because it's getting too much. We do not have freedom to say much things online. Some people will not even come to the country because they know that they're waiting for them because of the things that they've said online. So they wouldn't come. Those of them that are in diaspora, they won't come back because they know they're already in trouble when you say things that wouldn't go down well with those in the upper echelon. Yeah, so that's that. So is it been a problem for you guys in Kenya?
Yes, it's a huge problem. There was every time we do civic education, it's a huge problem. People can't speak, so they do get arrested. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, I could just send. It's as simple as me sending you a link, and then next thing I know, the police are here to arrest me for being a cyber criminal. So it is just it's almost being weaponized to silence people from actually having interactions. So it's something I'm watching out on to see what's happening in other countries. And I'm thinking about the evolution of social media. And my thought is if we can no longer have conversations freely on social media, what will conversations evolve into? Where will people start talking and, discussing things? We'll probably end up back to finding each other face to face so that we were able to be free and communicate. Hmm. So yes. So I don't know, guys. You can
All right,
as we
so
wait for.
would like to read from. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Go
back.
ahead.
I'm with you. I was trying to
Yeah.
see if I can get people comment on this part of the conversation if they've been restricted before. No, it's one thing on social media. I don't know why this is not showing my face. Okay, I hope you
But I can hear you.
guys.
There you are.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. My keypad is just doing its own thing. However, all right, so I was taking my time to read the comments if I could see someone who's engaging on this topic, how they've been restricted on social media. It's one thing for you to be restricted by social media. I mean, by maybe Meta, whatever. You post things and they tell you that these things are posted, going to restrict your access to your platform and whatever. So you are careful with that. And it's another thing while you are still watching out for Brother Zuckerberg, you have to still watch out for those in your upper echelons,
Mm.
perusing the internet, looking for somebody who's going to make a mistake and say things that would not benefit them and their administration. So not just that, we're talking about those in the upper echelons. Uh, you want to even have normal conversations, maybe matters that has been brought to the public on social media, and you air out your own opinion about it, and someone is reporting you. Uh, somebody is either, bringing up a case, taking legal action against you, or they are reporting you, asking their tribe to please flag this platform, flag this profile. Everybody is, reporting your profile until you lose your profile. So not only are you going to have issues of this legal action, you may even lose your own profile as well. So yeah, at what point, how do they manage this? What structures are put in place to let people know the limitations to, what they can say, what they cannot say, how far they can go. You get it? This thing should be spelled in black and white. If you understand the rules, you will understand where you have broken. And if this is on black and white, people can come out and say, no, there's something about this law that you have passed that is infringing on people's right to express themselves, to talk. You get it? Yeah. So if everything is black and white, because I remember the other time there's this guy who is an activist, social media influencer as well, with a very strong following of Nigerian youth. Uh, he went to the bank and he made a live video of himself, and before we know what's happening, he was picked from the bank. And we got to find out it's the DSS, these bodies that are set up to investigate criminal activities and all. Now, what has this guy done? He's done nothing other than say some things that people wouldn't dare to say on social media. People just get picked up. I think that's what you've been complaining about, right? People get picked
Yes.
up on the streets or wherever they are at after they made some comments on social media. Yeah. So at what point? Let's know what the rules are. That's my take on it. Let's know what the rules are. Please let it be spelled in black and white, so people know that this is not what they say, or they begin to fault your laws and ask you to review them and ask you to come up with better laws that have the people's freedom uh, at heart. You get it? So that's that.
Yes. Yeah, our freedom needs to remain our freedom. They can't pick and choose when we say
Yeah.
something they don't like. So we'll see how this world is evolving. Yeah.
So I'm even scared now. I don't want to say something so that tomorrow, Valerie, you don't look for me.
You know what? The one thing we've been able to do is just be open, honest, and
Yeah.
talk. We've not said anybody's name. So apart from the ones who's very far
Yeah,
away.
we've not
So
looked
we're
for trouble so far. I hope.
yeah. So yeah. Yes, we are now we will, but we will continue to talk because it's important that we talk about these things. And see, because when we talk, people come up with solutions. Mm,
True that. True that. True that.
yes.
So we shouldn't stop talking, and
Mm,
our freedom to speak should not be taken away from us. We beg them. They know themselves. Don't take our freedom to express ourselves. That is
yeah.
the right of every citizen in their countries. The freedom
Mm,
to opinions, freedom to protest, freedom to be free. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you
yes.
everybody for joining. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Valerie, can you hear me at this point?
I can. I can hear you. You've frozen up a little bit, but now yeah, I think you can continue. Mm. But yes, as we continue just dealing with the network challenge, we just like to say thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for your comments. Please continue sharing your comments, because we do continue following them, and we'll continue to give you feedback through the week. So please share your comments in the comment section on whichever platform that you're watching us from, and we will get back to you. If there's any specific topic that you'd like us to discuss or touch on, please share that with us. And remember to go to our different pages on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I keep calling it Twitter, but it is X. You know what I mean. YouTube. Follow our pages, share your comments. We've got a beautiful repository of videos from the past. You can find those on YouTube and on Facebook. So take some time as you're having your coffee, listen to these events and the latest chatter. And yes, that's it from me today. Eno, anything you'd like to share before we break off today?
All right, nothing much. I just want you guys to look out. Follow the page. We are going to be announcing the winners of our contest for our Muslim family. Once again, happy Eid celebration. Enjoy your holidays. Stay safe. Enjoy. My people will say enjoy small, small. Okay. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for sharing. For those of you jumping in now, Blessing Adenike Oladayo. We missed you on the live. However, you're welcome to share. You're welcome to still leave your comments. From me, it's enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
Bye.